They do call him Black Jesus.
Exactly.
Yep.
But I would never call him that.
That's disgusting. If you eat,
No.
if you eat Hershey's bar for fun, you like golf balls in your mouth.
Really weird. So, I'm a really simple guy when it comes to women. What is wrong with you?
I ask myself that every day.
I don't know what the hell happened from the series before to the series with the Celtics.
It's my biggest conversation, and I hope we go viral with this one.
Princess and the Frog.
You're drunk. You should not be drinking. You should not be drinking this early in the day, bro.
Buddy, I still got 30 minutes. I'll start drinking.
Good evening, morning, afternoon, Kwanzaa, Christmas, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, and or Earth Day to you and your family. Whatever you may be watching this, your favorite show, your favorite podcast, the Gumball Sports Machine Podcast, the show in which we love, we laugh, we hug, we cry, we smile, and most importantly, we are positive. I am your host, Jamal Gumo, a.k.a. Gumball, a.k.a. Mr. You Know Gumo, and I am joined by my dog, my boy, my David, my homeboy, David Largo, a.k.a. co-host D-Lo. As you can see, he's repping his team today. As D-Lo, I'm not sure if you were aware. Okay. Well, first of all, how are you doing? And I think that question is going to be answered by my next sentence, because I'm not sure if you're aware, but Bam Adebayo is now the second leading scorer in a single game in NBA history. He just scored 83 points.
NBA history.
Yeah, you know what? D-Lo, take the floor. This is your moment. This is your moment.
No, and listen, we're gonna get into that later. Because we're not gonna talk about it right now. We're gonna start the show with football, but just know we're gonna get back to that, viewers. We're gonna get back to that.
Oh, there's a great conversation to be had around that guy, Bam Adebayo, and really the rest of the Eastern Conference. But D-Lo, it's good to see you, brother. How are you doing?
Hey man, I'm having a good day. Long day of work, but we're here.
Damn right we are. You know what? Hold on. Gotta warm up the vocals. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear David Largo. Happy birthday to you. Cha, cha, cha. Hiya. Put it in your... Let's move on. D-Lo, happy birthday, brother. Now, today's not your birthday. Your birthday was on Friday. Hence one of the reasons why, D-Lo, you got to celebrate a little bit, man. You're now what?
Yeah.
You turned 17 the other day?
See, that's blasphemy.
No.
Really? No.
18.
No, that's even more blasphemous.
What?
I have hit Unk.
Okay, no, you're 24.
Yeah,
that's not Unk.
Don't. You know how many people have called me Unk?
How many people have called you Unk? Unk?
Two more than there should.
D-Lo, listen, you are a sharp, handsome young man. Okay,
thanks.
And I don't want anybody else to tell you different.
Thanks.
If anybody else tells you different, you send them my way. You know what I'm saying?
And this is what we talk about on the show when we say we're positive. This is what we talk about.
Oh, we are positive. Absolutely.
We're straight positivity around here.
You're one of my favorite people in the world. Okay, I just want to throw that out.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
So, sorry to all the other viewers who were expecting a GSM episode on Friday, but your boy had to go out and celebrate. So.
Had to celebrate. You get one birthday a year, D-Lo. Yeah, one birthday a year. What'd you do, man? What'd you get? You get poop faced or what?
No. I was drinking.
Okay.
I did drink.
Little bit of the liquor.
A little bit.
Went
to dinner.
Okay.
And then we went someplace after, and it was a good time.
Did that place include a lot of George Washington's and polls?
No. There's none of that. None of that. No.
That's unfortunate. All right.
Oh, hey, if you're giving me ones to throw, Just saying. I don't got any ones.
On me or okay? I'm
Yep,
sorry.
on you. Yep.
No, all right. Well, oh man, happy birthday to you, D'Lo.
Oh my
Okay.
lord, I would splash.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just gonna go jump off the window now.
Shout out to the Whack Show.
Shout out to the Wax Show. Oh man, yeah, we're gonna get another one out here soon. I hope you all enjoyed the first 2 episodes that we've released of the Wax Show. Those were very, very fun to record. But D'Lo, we got a lot to talk about, man. First of all, again, real quick before we get into it, happy birthday, love you, brother. Glad to see you another year, and got some football to talk about, D'Lo.
Lots of football to talk about.
The legal tampering period started Monday. That was yesterday at 9 a.m. in the morning. And boy, did we get a lot of transactions. A lot of players agreed to a lot of deals at a lot of different places. They cannot officially sign until the league year starts, I believe, which is tomorrow, or I think it's tomorrow. It's either tomorrow or next week. I can't remember the exact day. But a lot of deals were agreed to. D'Lo, you and I were kind of talking before the show. We were talking about some of the guys that have signed, some of the guys that haven't signed, some of the teams that were aggressive, some of the teams that weren't as aggressive. What was one of the signings that stood out to you that could really take the team over the top in terms of being able to contend for a Super Bowl?
Well, I really hate to say it because I absolutely hate him. I hate the team. I hate everything about him. And you know where I'm going with it.
Damn right I do.
I know that you know where I'm going with it.
Okay.
And it pisses me off.
Yes, man.
But the Kansas City Chiefs getting Super Bowl MVP, Kenneth Walker, is the game changer. They get a run game. You give Patrick Mahomes a run game. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I think it's a big hit on Seattle too, because obviously Zach Charbonnet will be coming off of the injury. You're now expecting him to be back number one, coming off. I think it's an ACL. Then after he had the ACL, you realize you should have been giving Kenneth Walker 20 touches a game because he's really that good of a back, and then you let him go to a guy that has 3 MVP or Super Bowls, and a bunch of MVPs, and let's go send him over there. Hate it.
What a great
I really do. But I also think that while it does put them back in contention offensively, obviously defensively they've still got some holes to fix, especially after they traded Trent McDuffie.
That was a rough one. That was a big hit
over to LA in a trade. So I think they still got some holes to fill. But in terms of the offense, they needed a run game so desperately. And the fact that you go out and get the reigning Super Bowl MVP, I think bolsters that offense to a great level.
That was one that stood out to me too. Obviously, if anybody who watches this show, anybody knows me, knows that Patrick Mahomes is my favorite player. And so anything for him to get success and be successful, I root for. So Kenneth Walker, I think, was a huge signing for that team and for him. So, who knows when he's going to be back. I know he's trying to get back by week 1. I don't know how realistic that is. But honestly, D'Lo, the one that stood out to me the most, and again, you hated saying that one. I'm really going to hate saying this one. I'm really going to hate saying this. But I think one of the moves at least that could impact one of these teams the most is Mike Evans to your team, the 49ers. I think them getting a solidified number 1 receiver and giving Brock Purdy that weapon, that safety valve, that is Mike Evans, a veteran in this league who's done it at the highest level for as long as I can remember. And to bring in a guy like that, to mentor Ricky Pearsall. And, who knows what's going to happen with Juwan Jennings. Brandon Ayuk obviously will most likely get traded and will never play another game for the 49ers. And to bring in a guy like Mike Evans, a guy who's been a number 1 receiver at the highest level, a guy who's won a Super Bowl, a guy that's performed in the playoffs, that is a guy that you need, because I think one of the struggles were for the 49ers towards the end of that season, they didn't have anybody that could go get open, D'Lo. They didn't have anybody who, third down and 5. Who are we throwing it to? And the problem was, they're throwing it to a guy that's not a wide receiver. He's very good at catching the ball, but he's not a wide receiver in Christian McCaffrey. And so you can't give the ball to Christian McCaffrey 75 times a game because, one, obviously we know his injury history, and two, he might just pass out or go unconscious on the field after his 70th touch. So for them to go get Mike Evans and give Brock Purdy that number one receiver, I think that's huge for them. Again, especially in a Kyle Shanahan run offense, as much as I hate the 49ers, D-Lo, and because, I'm a Cardinals fan, as much as I hate the 49ers, I have so much respect for Kyle Shanahan and what he could do and what he does as an NFL coach. I think he should have won Coach of the Year this year. I think he should have got a lot more recognition for the job that he did with that team. But to give him Mike Evans and to obviously bring in Mike Evans to offense that already has Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey and Ricky Pearsall, who's going to be a year 3 receiver who should be making that jump, that kind of terrifies me. Now, are they the best team in the NFC? Obviously not. Are they the best team in the NFC West? Probably not. But again, with that coach, I don't count the 49ers out ever. And hence one of the reasons why they beat the reigning Super Bowl champions in the playoffs this year.
Now, the one thing that I want to specify with that, though, is that San Francisco has this one problem. Injuries. Injuries is that one guy.
We bit for injury problem.
Mike Evans is 32 going on 33. Correct me if I'm wrong. And he is coming off probably his most injury-riddled season in a while. Obviously, he was dealing with that hamstring all of last year. I missed about half of the year because of it. So that's the only thing that worries me about this. But if he is healthy, I know that Kyle Shanahan can get the most out of Mike Evans.
Yeah.
And really just be that guy for Brock Purdy, because I feel like that's what we were missing this year. Obviously, we traded away Debo, and then Ayuk was hurt all year and didn't come back, even though he should have. So he was just missing that outlet.
Yeah.
And while Jawan Jennings was really good when Brandon Ayuk went down the year prior, those last remaining games, he was really good. You just can't expect that to sustain for Jawan Jennings. And I think that's what happened. And so it kind of just fell flat. And we relied heavily on Christian McCaffrey and George Kittle. These guys that are good in the pass catching game, but also, have strengths elsewhere. And so it kind of just put too much of a burden on them. So having this safety blanket in Mike Evans and, a guy who you could say, he's down there somewhere and just throw it to him.
Yeah.
That's really nice. So, as long as he can stay healthy, though, because we know what happens in San Francisco.
Well, I mean, you guys do practice that. What is it? A power plant?
Yep. Right next to a power plant. Yep.
He's going to walk on that field and boom goes the dynamite. You know what I mean?
Yep. And the batteries are going to explode his legs. That's what's going to happen. Yep.
D, let me ask you something. How do you feel about Tua to Atlanta? Because I think it's a lateral move. I mean, maybe you try something new, right? Kevin Stefanski is brought in for Atlanta, and you bring in Tua, and maybe you can make something shake. I mean, obviously they got a bunch of weapons down there, whether it's Drake London or whether it's Bijan Robinson, whether it's Kyle Pitts. You got a bunch of guys that can go make plays down there. But the problem is, D-Lo, the problem was never the weapons around Tua. It was, hey, Tua, you should probably throw to the guy that has the same uniform on that you do. And maybe that will score more points. So what do you think of Tua to Atlanta? Because again, apparently they have an affinity for lefty quarterbacks, whatever is going on there. What are the chances you think Tua could have success in Atlanta with the Falcons?
I don't. Sadly, I don't. I don't think that he's much of an improvement over Kirk Cousins, who they let go. To be honest with you, if at all. He's got this concussion problem. He's had it for a while, and then last year he was healthy, but then he was god awful. Yeah. So, part of that is just not fixable. Because when you look at them, they're similarly constructed. Obviously, the Dolphins didn't have Tyreek Hill because he went out week 1 or week 2 or whatever it was, but they had Jalen Waddle and they have Devon Achane. And then you go to Atlanta and you have, Drake London and you have Bijan Robinson.
Yep.
Now, is Bijan Robinson and Drake London better than the duo in Miami? Yeah, probably. But is it that much of a jump to where I think Tua is going to, turn ship around? No. Now, maybe Kevin Stefanski is the one that gets it out of him. I don't know, because we all know that Kevin Stefanski is a offensive minded coach, but he also had Mike McDaniel
There it is. Bingo.
in Miami, and that didn't really work. So I don't expect this to work out. I would have rather seen them take a different direction on a guy like maybe Kyler. We were talking about it pre-show, maybe even Malik. I would have rather seen. I'm not a believer in Tua.
The only thing, and the only way I see this working out at all, D'Lo, is because that division that they play in is horrible. I mean, the division winner went 8-9 this past year. 8-9.
To be fair though, Carolina was fun to watch.
They were.
Carolina
Absolutely.
was fun to watch, and they were pretty good towards the end of the year.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, hey, you know what? Carolina was one of the 3 Cardinal wins. So how did them apples taste, Bryce Young?
Listen, they almost beat the Rams, who almost beat the Super Bowl champs. So put that into perspective for what you will. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just the messenger. All right.
Yeah. But that division is horrible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they don't. You don't need to win 11, 12, 13 games like you do if you're in the NFC West.
It's the worst division in football.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's either them or the AFC South.
Yeah. I might give it to
Yeah, but even the AFC South is good now because you have Houston, you have Jacksonville, who's really, really good now. I think Tennessee is going to be a lot better this year. They made some moves. They got Alontae Taylor, went out and got Wan'Dale Robinson, the receiver, got him a weapon, get Cam Ward a weapon. But I think that's the only positive I can see for this team, D'Lo, is maybe Tua goes down there and he wins a few extra games. But again, 1, he has to stay on the field, and 2, he has to be productive. If those 2 things don't happen, this signing is a waste of time and a waste of money.
But to be fair, I'm pretty sure they got him for pretty cheap.
They did. And I don't know.
It kind of helps that Miami is taking the biggest cap hit of any wave ever.
Yeah.
Kind of helps in that case. But,
I don't know. Especially with the draft next year, D'Lo, and how loaded it's supposed to be with the Arch Mannings and the Lenora Sellers, and I believe Julian Sand could also come out next year, and how loaded that quarterback draft could be next year. It's gonna be. The Falcons are also if they win 6-7 games, D'Lo, if they're what are you gonna be in? Well, that's a great point. But you're not going to be in line to take one of those top quarterbacks coming out of the draft next year. So are you going to pay Tua again? Are you going to go back to Michael Penix?
Well, I think the thing is that if you're Atlanta, you're kind of expecting a Miami Dolphin Tua, in which case, you are going to win 3 games.
Yeah. And then you'll be in line to be a top 3 pick.
The other problem is that even if Tua plays awful, I think that they still have enough weapons to go out and win more than 3 games. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, no, Bijan Robinson himself, I think, can go out and win you 2 or 3 games. And then the defense, I think, can go out and win you 1 or 2 games. So I think they get a minimum of like 4 or 5 wins this year.
Just off talent alone.
Just off talent alone.
Yeah.
Quarterback play is what's holding them back.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If they get mediocre quarterback play, Deal, they could win 10 games. They can win 10 games.
Okay.
Okay, real quick before we talk about the still available free agents, talk to me about Malik Willis and going to Miami. Obviously, him playing in 6 games this past year in Green Bay while Jordan Love was hurt. He looked really good, D-Lo. He looked really good, but it was only 6 games. And so him going to Miami, and I believe they gave him 22 a year. 20 a year, something along those lines. And they gave him for 3 years. So Miami's kind of putting their chips in on Malik Willis being their franchise guy for the next 3 years. Obviously, their new head coach, Jeff Hafley, was the defensive coordinator over there in Green Bay last year. So he was very familiar with Malik Willis as he had to go up against him and practice a whole lot. But could this be a franchise-altering move for the Dolphins? Do you think Malik Willis can go be a franchise quarterback in Miami?
No, I don't. No, not at all. And the fact that they are giving him $45 million guaranteed just shows how bad the Dolphins organization is at this point.
Guaranteed, D-Lo.
Guaranteed $45 million is insane, by the way. But when you look at it, the Dolphins really just don't have anything. We were talking about it before the show started, but they traded Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Yep.
Tyreek Hill has said that he wanted out. So what are you left with? You have Jalen Waddle and Devon Achane.
Yeah.
And the problem with Jalen Waddle is that I don't think a lot of people have been super high on Jalen Waddle. As we all thought that he would be like a lot better than what he is.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so when you look at it, I think from that perspective, I think Devon Achane is really the only bright spot in this Dolphins team, which is sad to say.
It's really bad because Miami's at a point, D-Lo, in which they just need they need to take some sort of risk and for it to work out. And I think they're hoping that Malik Willis is that risk. And okay, you know what? We'll give this guy $20 million a year. He looked good. He looked pretty good in Green Bay last year. You know, maybe he just needs a chance. Maybe he needs an opportunity to go shine. And the Dolphins at this point in time are just like, hey, you know what? We got to try something. We got to try something.
Maybe that's the case. I mean, maybe. I mean, worst case, you luck out and he isn't that great, which I don't think that he is, and you go out and you get a quarterback in the draft next year. I mean, realistically, I guess it's fine, but the Dolphins just have a lot of money designated in things that they should not have designated. Yeah. One of which, obviously, I mentioned Tua, biggest cap hit. What are you doing? You shouldn't have paid Tua in the first place. I don't know what the Dolphins saw out of Tua to convince them that they needed to pay Tua that much money.
Well, they saw what Tua sees on the field.
Nothing. Yeah. Nothing.
Yeah.
They didn't see anything in Tua, but they're just like, yeah, let's just give him money anyway. Mike McDaniel likes him. Like I don't know what it was. And it's just, I don't know how you come back from this. If you're the Dolphins, I feel like you just need value anywhere, like literally anything. You need something. And Devon Achane is that, but you can't get it done with a running back. Like a running back himself is not going to go out and win you a division. They're not going to make you a wild card team.
No. Especially in that division with the Patriots who just went to the Super Bowl and the Bills who have one of the best players in football at their quarterback.
Yep.
It's going to be tough for them to make any noise.
So I don't know.
The Dolphins are also like one of those franchises where it's just laughable.
They might be worse than the Raiders.
It's close, D-Lo. It's neck and neck. It's neck and neck.
Because at least the Raiders are trying to improve. The Dolphins are not. They're just there.
They just exist, D-Lo. All right. It's time to now bring the third member of our crew in tonight. He is our OG. He is my dog. He is the Unk and the man we call the Generalizer. Triple OG Tone has arrived in the building.
What's going on?
OG, what's going on, man?
What's happening, man?
What's the word, dog?
Hello, I see what you got on, man.
Yeah, man. We're gonna talk about them later.
Oh
yeah,
sure. Huh? We're talking football.
I can't wait for him to be wearing these colors.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. You've been saying that for a while, but that ain't never happening.
Listen, I should have brought it up, D'Lo. I should have brought it up to you before the show. I was gonna say over under the amount of minutes before he says Bam Adebayo will become a Celtic.
You should have. We should have put that line at what would you have put that line at?
45 seconds.
I would have still bet the under. I would have put every dollar that I own on the under.
45 seconds. Bro, see.
This man just got in here and was saying, can't wait until he's wearing nose colors.
You know what year I was born?
What year is that?
Do we know what year you were born?
Same amount of points the boy had. Just like he was telling
83?
me.
You know what? Hey,
1783?
Wow.
Oh.
Low, that's low even for you, low.
Yeah. See, there you go. Hey, you know what? I see tone down, and listen. I don't know a better time to kick somebody when they down, D-Lo. Let's see.
Honestly, don't.
Let's see. D-Lo, you're a Heat fan, right?
Yep.
Did you guys win today?
We did win today.
Okay. So I'm a Suns fan. We won today. D-Lo, how does he do? Or Tone, how does he do today?
I'm gonna focus on our record today.
Whoa! That wasn't the question. Whoa!
It is
on our
fine.
record today. I'm feeling like JB, man. They kicked my bro out of the game. That was nasty work, but I know we're talking football. My bad to sidetrack. You know what I'm saying?
And Tone, thanks for joining us. How are the children?
They're gone now. You know what I'm saying? I had to drop them off.
You sound you was a little too excited for that. You a little too excited when you said that.
A little too happy. He said they're gone now.
It was a good day, but Lil Mama dropped a turd on the boy, so you know.
You wash your hands, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
like I had to put the sanitizer on to the elbow. That's one thing I don't care. I could have 17 kids. I'll never get comfortable with that.
Yeah.
No, never. No.
Nah. I ain't got no kids, but I've changed my fair share of diapers in the day. Nasty work. Nasty work. All right, boys. Let's stick with football for a little bit longer. D-Lo and I were just talking about some NFL free agency and some moves that have been made so far. After 20 or 40 hours or so.
So I can start off by saying I hate the Chiefs even more. My bad. Why did I say that?
See, there you go. It's okay. You can say that. You can say that.
We can say it.
We're going back to the bowl. We're going back to the bowl this year.
We is crazy.
Go back to the bowl.
We going back to the bowl. You're a Cardinals fan.
Ooh.
You.
I'm a Patrick Mahomes fan.
So who is we?
Yeah, so who is we?
Hey, listen, plural is we. Me and Patrick Mahomes are going back to the bowl this year.
Nasty work.
Yep. Rooting for a guy who won Super Bowl MVP in our own division is nasty work.
Yep. What did he hurt?
Who?
Patrick.
He'll be back by week 1. Don't even trip. I talked to him the other day. He said the rehab going well. He said the knee.
What did he hurt? He hurt his pinky toe?
Nah. He the real man. Who do you think he is? Jayson Tatum? Come on now. Who do you think he is?
That's crazy.
Yeah, who do you think he is? He ain't
Crazy.
Jason. Come on, he'll be back by week 1. He don't need no games off. He'll be good.
Yeah, he had the whole summer to relax.
Who did?
How they do in the playoffs?
How many rings Jayson Tatum got?
You stuttering. You
how many rings Jayson Tatum got?
Where are we going?
How many rings Jayson Tatum got? My bad. My guy got 3. Jayson Tatum got 3 yet?
Devin Booker got 3?
Patrick Mahomes. I ain't talking. Who said nothing about Devin
Booker?
Booker?
It's a sport now, because
I ain't saying nothing about Devin Booker.
How many my guy got? And he beat Patty.
Huh? Come on, D-Lo. That ain't your favorite player. Don't do that.
He's not. He's actually one of my least favorite players. Hate that guy.
When we hating on Patty, low signs up.
Yeah, see, there you go.
I'll be hating on everybody. I'm the hater of the show.
That is true. That is, you know what? That's your role, D-Lo, and you're amazing in it. You know what I'm saying? You you'll always have a job here. You know what I mean?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's unfortunate. My guys ain't made no moves yet.
Very little.
No,
Very,
they made
very few.
one.
We did
Oh,
shake
the
somebody.
Romeo Dobbs. Romeo Dobbs. They did.
Yeah,
pick him up.
y'all signed
Yeah.
Romeo Dobbs.
And we shook somebody. So we should, we should be all right. We gotta be looking for a new body. New body.
And he's better. He's better than
your
Stephon Diggs
upgrade.
too.
Yeah, I think your upgrade is going to come out of trade. I don't think y'all sign anybody.
Yeah.
No, I do think. I think he's an upgrade over Stephon Diggs. I think he's better than Diggs. Romeo Dobbs.
Dobbs.
Yeah, I think that's an upgrade, especially and he's younger and you get him for 4 years. I think that's a great pickup for them. I think it's a great.
They're
pickup.
going for the big fish.
Who's that?
That guy out in Philly.
Oh, go get him! Please go get him,
Going for
boy.
the big fish.
Go get him. You think that locker room? All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Appreciate the good locker room, the good vibes, positive vibes in the locker room right now. Go get AJ Brown and see what happens.
It can't be any worse than Stephon Diggs.
Hey,
he's
not wrong.
Stephon Diggs. Hold on, Stephon Diggs off the field, outside the locker room. Nah, hey, that's his problem. Inside the locker room, that's a team guy.
You think any of that didn't affect the locker room?
They got to the Super Bowl.
That had nothing to do with. I mean, I shouldn't say that. That almost got disrespectful. That had Stephon Diggs definitely.
He said that ain't had nothing to do with me.
But I'm sure Vrabel had to put in a lot of work. Had to call a lot of timeouts in the locker room.
No, okay. I don't know, man. Stephon Diggs is something. He's also a free agent. We'll get to that in a little bit, but
you gonna make his way to the West Coast.
Stay over there. Actually, no, I don't. He's not good no more. I don't really care where he goes.
Send him to Arizona.
No, don't send him here. No, we got Kendrick Bourne. I'm okay. Okay, we got Kendrick Bourne. I'm good with Kendrick Bourne. I don't want nobody else. We got 3 receivers that can all play. So I'm good now.
Yeah, Michael Wilson, wide receiver 1. Hey,
Yeah,
he's
right.
tough. And
Michael
he's
Wilson
tough.
can play, boy. Can he? Michael Wilson
He's
can
tough.
play.
I
Oh,
saw
man.
it live too. Like I saw it in person. Yeah.
That was the game. He had like 13 for 150, right? 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he exploded. Yeah.
Yeah. He could play. He could play.
He can play. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, what?
He exploded. I'll say it again. No pause.
Who's throwing them the football though, Maul?
Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett. Yup. Hey, we might win 3-4 games again next year, but Jacoby Brissett throwing for 4,500 yards.
And listen, that's cool and all, but Arizona send over a second round pick. You can have Mac Jones. You know what I'm saying?
Who? Mac Jones.
We need all the picks we can get. Well, we keep Jacoby. We'll lose this year. We'll draft Archman next year. I'm just saying it'll be a Manning to Harrison part 2.
I've seen that on Twitter. I've seen it on Twitter.
I know you've seen it, Tom, and I know you've seen it too, D'Lo. Yep, incoming. All right. Now there was some news. There was some other news today in the football world, fellas. Max Crosby. It was reported that he was being traded to the Baltimore Ravens from the Las Vegas Raiders this past weekend. That trade got nixed today after Max Crosby failed his physical. So the Ravens will no longer be getting Max Crosby in that deal. And Max Crosby will remain a Las Vegas Raider for the time being. D'Lo, is there a chance that Max Crosby could still get traded? And if not, how big of a gut punch is this to the Baltimore Ravens? I mean, you were getting a certified pass rusher, a guy who's been in this league and done it at the highest level for as long as you can, and you get a guy like that to compete in the AFC North and to put pressure on guys like Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes and Trevor Lawrence, and then just like that, he's gone. How big of a gut punch is that to the Ravens, and could the Raiders still be able to trade him?
Yeah, I this has a huge ripple effect really everywhere. So I'm gonna take this one step at a time here. I'm gonna start with the Ravens, because I mean, the Ravens are in win now mode. They have to be, because you have Lamar Jackson, who is in the prime of his career. You have Derrick Henry, who is only getting older, and is still as fantastic as he is, even as he's aging, which is incredible. And you have Kyle Hamilton, who is one of, if not the best safety in the league. So you have the pieces, and you add Max Crosby to that, you're in win now mode. That's a great move. And for a team that's in win now mode, first round picks are not that big of a deal. So I didn't think that they really overpaid for Max Crosby. Now, when you look at this, now they have to walk it back. Now you get those first round picks back, and you're kind of sitting there like, what do we do now? So I don't really know where the Ravens go from here because I just don't see any free. I mean, there is a free agent. We'll probably get into that later. Who could fill that void? But I don't think that they can get production like that out of any player that they could theoretically sign outside of one guy. And how likely is it that that one guy wants to go to Baltimore? We don't know yet. So I think it hurts the Ravens pretty bad. It hurts the Raiders even worse because the Raiders went out and they spent a bet on a bunch of free agents.
Yep.
One of which was the center from Baltimore, Tyler
Linderbaum.
Linderbaum.
Yep.
60 million guaranteed, by the way, which is insane. But he's not the only one. They got an edge rusher, Kwity Paye. They got a linebacker in Quay Walker. They got Nakobe Dean. They spent a lot of money. And now that you have Max Crosby back on the books, what are you going to do? And now that we know that it's because he failed a physical, I don't know if any team is really going to go out and take a risk on Max Crosby. So you have that. However, there's one other team that I want to talk about because I think it affects them because they were also in the running for Max Crosby, and that's the Dallas Cowboys.
Yep.
It was reported that they were hunting for Max Crosby this entire trade cycle. And then they went out once Max Crosby was traded and they got Rashawn Gary from the Packers. That trade isn't finalized yet. So if you're Jerry Jones, I wouldn't be surprised if he walks that deal back and says, nah, we actually don't want this. We want to try and go out and get Max Crosby instead, regardless of what the physical says. So I think that's the other part here that could be interesting because that obviously that trade is not certified yet. That's not official. So he could walk that back and say, all right, let's go get Max Crosby instead. So that's something that you probably should keep your eye on as well.
Yeah, listen, I agree with pretty much everything you said, D'Lo. I think that's a huge gut punch to the Ravens, a team that's looking to contend this year. Tone, if you're the Ravens, you're thinking you're getting this pass rush. You think you're getting Max Crosby, this guy who teams had to game plan against, this guy who's going to wreak havoc. He's going to put pressure on the other team's quarterback, and then he's taken away from you like that. He fails his physical, and the trade gets nixed. Where do the Ravens go from here? Because, again, this is something that they needed. This is something that they needed. They needed a pass rusher. And now that they're not getting that, is there a direction in which you think the Ravens could go that they could still compete for a championship and compete in the tough AFC conference to get to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I'm on board with both of you guys. I'm not sure where they go. I'm interested to hear what Lowe's gonna say and who the other player is. But I mean, we spoke about this weeks ago about should they go offensive or defensive head coach, and I suggested defensive because I feel like that enables Lamar to have the football in his hands more, give him more opportunities, and this would have assisted that situation. It's just going to be interesting, and Max is a phenomenal player. I agree with both of y'all. I don't know who's going to be interested in him now. Are you feeling a physical? Come on, dude. You knew what you were getting into. I'm sure there was conversations behind closed doors about you walking out. You were talking about going to play for Vrabel. What, 12 weeks into 13 weeks into the season. Um, it's interesting. I will say that he fit the Cowboys. The Cowboys are known for having those type of players, that type of atmosphere. um, but I don't know if Baltimore does, man. I'm sure this has got to. I'm sure they're having conversations of their own right now. I'm sure Lamar is pretty unhappy with this. Although he's on the other side of the football, um, you want your. He's in that those premier years of his career.
Yeah.
Like these are those, and especially with when you got Josh, who's kind of teetering on that. Is he really as good as Pat? Because I feel like those are the three guys. You know what I'm saying, that we
Yep.
have. And Lamar's been in those big games, and Josh is trying to get into those games. So like Lamar needs as much help as he can get, man. And without a guy like Max, I don't know if they getting through.
And it sucks because, again, I mentioned all the quarterbacks that you have to face in the AFC if you want to get to the Super Bowl. You look at the Drake Mays and the Patrick Mahomes and the Trevor Lawrences and the Joe Burrows, and Max Crosby would have plugged a lot of the holes that the Ravens have defensively, because that was their biggest problem defensively last year, fellas. They could not pressure the quarterback. And who's one of the best in the league at pressuring the quarterback? Max Crosby. And now that you don't get him, and now a lot of these guys, a lot of these pass rushers that you could have had a chance on in free agency are now off the table. I don't know where they could go from here, because obviously you're going to pay Max Crosby all this money. You're going to give him, whatever pass rushers are making nowadays, 25, 26, 27 million a year for 4 years, whatever the case may be. There's one guy, D'Lo, and I think you and I are on the same page, that's still available, and he could stay in the division. His name is Trey Hendrickson, because the Bengals didn't want to pay him for whatever reason. And now he is an unrestricted free agent. This is the guy we're talking about, Tone, that's led the league in sacks 2 out of the past 3 NFL seasons, in the same league as Myles Garrett and TJ Watt and Micah Parsons. This guy has led the NFL in sacks. So we know he can do it at the highest level. So if the Ravens are really that aggressive, if they really believe that they can go compete for a championship, a Super Bowl in the AFC, as tough as it is, that is a guy you need to go get. You need to go and look at Trey Hendrickson and have a conversation with him, because that is a guy who can put pressure on the quarterback every single play. And he's shown you that he can do that. Now, the biggest question with him is health. He did not stay very healthy this past year. Hence the reason why he didn't have as great of a year as he wanted to. And hence the reason why he wanted the Bengals to pay him before he became an unrestricted free agent. But that's all done and said now. Said and done. The Ravens need to go and look at Trey Hendrickson and possibly bring him in to fill in that gap that Max Crosby left before he even got there. Because the Ravens, and Tony, you mentioned they went and got Jesse Minter, a defensive-minded head coach. And so now that gives them an opportunity to focus on the defense and stopping these high-level offenses that they have to go against in the AFC, and just let Lamar work. Roll the ball out for Lamar. Say, here, go play ball. Go score points. Go play. And it's going to be harder to do that without a certified pass rusher like Max Crosby. And so I think the only fill-in that you could go get, D'Lo, is Trey Hendrickson, because that's the only guy that can have nearly the impact that Max Crosby does on the defensive side of the ball, in which, again, where the Baltimore Ravens struggle the most.
Yeah, and it's just tough. If I were Lamar, I would not be happy,
No.
because realistically, Derrick Henry is only going to decline. I don't think that he improves anymore. Now, when he got to Baltimore, everyone thought that, oh, he's already aged. He's not going to be as good as he was in Tennessee. And then he proved everybody wrong. But he was not as good last year as that first year. And I think it's only going to deteriorate. And so they need to win now. If they don't win now, I don't know if they win ever. So they need to do something. Or, Lamar's gonna walk, and I can see Lamar walking. I could see it.
Yeah.
So yeah, they need to go out and they need to do something because this is not a good look for them.
And I think the thing with Max Crosby, in terms of him still being able to get traded, now it's tough because obviously the Raiders sat him down at the end of the season with an injury. Maybe that injury is more serious than he even put it out to be. Because remember, after they sat him down, there was video footage of him going to play basketball like the next day. And he was upset that they sat him down because of this injury. Is maybe the injuries what caused him to fail the physical? I don't know. But that's something for other teams need to look at. Tony mentioned it. But Max Crosby, I think if you're Raiders, you still have to trade Max Crosby because you need all the first-round picks that you can get to try and rebuild this football team and get it to where you want it to be, especially, again, playing in the division that they do, playing in the division with the Chiefs, the Broncos, and the Chargers, two of which made the playoffs this year, and one of them wasn't, and one of them was in the Super Bowl and has the best player in the world when he's healthy. So but they need all
make it. Which team didn't make it?
Huh?
Which team didn't make it?
That wasn't the part of the conversation, Tone.
Oh, my bad.
Well, see, there you go.
The thing is that I don't think Max Crosby plays another game with the Raiders. And I feel like he's came out and said this, that he will not play another game for the Raiders because of what they did at the end of the season, sitting him.
How do you go back in that locker room?
You don't. And you don't. So realistically, if you're the Raiders, you either have to trade him or you have to cut him. I don't feel like you can reinsert him in this team and he'll fit.
What if he did this on purpose?
I honestly wouldn't be surprised. That's a great point, Tone. Because I look at the Raiders and the organization that they are. They're one of the more horrid organizations in the NFL.
Hey,
Max Crosby wants to win.
Be careful. It's Barcelona now. Be careful.
Who owns?
And that's and that's cool and all, but until they show us something, the Raiders are awful.
They're horrible. And hey, listen, it was reported that Tom Brady didn't want to send them to the Patriots. That's why they sent him to Baltimore.
I feel like he's got beef with us for some reason right now.
Oh yeah, both of y'all guys, but Belichick and Tom Brady, both of them don't like the Patriots. But no, if there's a team, I mean, I like the idea of the Cowboys, D-Lo. I mean, that would bolster that defensive line. They've made some defensive moves. They went out and signed Jalen Thompson, the safety. They gave him a lot of money. I think that's a lot more money than I would have given him, especially, from the Cardinals, which is the reason why they didn't give him the money that he was looking for. But he's a good player still. So they went out and gave him, the $36 million that he was looking for. They made a few other moves. They made the Rashawn Gary move. You still have Quentin Williams from the trade deadline last year. So they're looking to bolster franchise tag Pickens. That could be a move that the Cowboys make, giving up 2 firsts. Now, again, that might be a lot because the Cowboys are also not exactly rebuilding, but they kind of need those first round picks because they don't have a lot of young talent that they can rely on. Again, it's going to be interesting to see if the Raiders are still able to trade him after failing the physical. And I think the best thing for him, and again, D-Lo, not to steal your point, but I think the best thing for him is to leave the Raiders, whether that's being cut or whether that's being traded. I don't think he can go back in that locker room after saying his goodbyes and posting on social media and saying bye and saying all the things he did about the Raiders, and then just for the trade to get nixed and send him back to the Raiders. I don't think he can go back in that locker room with the same attitude.
No,
it can't happen.
Don't think he can do it.
All right, one more football topic before we get on to the big news of the day. We're about 40 hours into NFL free agency, so there's been a lot of guys that have come off the board who are NFL free agents. D-Lo, you and I were talking a little bit before the show on the free agents that are still available, and some of those guys are big names. I mean, Rick Wooling went off the table today, but I mean, you still have, we mentioned him, Trey Hendrickson, your boy Juwan Jennings is still a free agent, Kyler Murray, obviously, Keenan Allen, Stephon Diggs, Deebo Samuel, Cameron Jordan, who's a first-time free agent. which one of these guys stands out the most to you, D'Lo? I mean, is there a big name free agent that you think could go somewhere and put one of these teams that's on the edge and take them over the hump? Again, these aren't like these aren't max players as you would call them in the NBA, but is there somebody available that you look at and you say, hey, you know what, that guy could go to that team and make a difference?
And coming off of the convo that we had, I think it is Trey Hendrickson, and I think that with the physical failing, I think Baltimore is going to be so aggressive that they probably overpay for Trey Hendrickson just so that they can make Lamar happy. I think that he's the best free agent still available. I think he comes in, even if he didn't play last year, and still makes an impact on any team that he goes to. Because, I mean, when you look at it, he, number-wise, has been the best edge rusher over the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, when you look at Myles Garrett in the year that he just had, a lot of people would take Myles Garrett over Trey Hendrickson. But statistically, when you're looking at it, Trey Hendrickson has just been better. So he can go in anywhere and make a difference. And now that this Baltimore deal is off the table, it's just making more and more sense. But the one that I'm really interested in, and we were talking about it the other last week, actually, when he got released, is Kyler Murray. I'm surprised that he has not gone anywhere yet. Because obviously we saw that Malik went to the Dolphins, and now Tua is in Atlanta. And I would say that Kyler is better than both of them. So the fact that he hasn't gone anywhere yet is kind of blowing my mind a little bit. And I don't know if it's because, as we've obviously talked about it, the Vikings are having internal conversations. If you bring in a guy like Kyler, and JJ McCarthy gets a little upset about it, what do you do then? And if you're the Jets, are you willing to take another 1-year project, kind of like you just did with Justin Fields, and see if Kyler is even worth it? So I think he is probably the last super big impact, because I still think that Kyler Murray can have some success in the NFL depending on where he goes. So I think that waiting to see where Kyler goes, and I think now that Atlanta and Miami are off the table, I do think that Minnesota is where he's going to go. I think that in no time will probably get announced, and I think he could really shake up Minnesota. I do.
Honestly, D'Lo, I think that'll be, first of all, I think it's a no doubter that Kyler's going to go to Minnesota. I think the stars are kind of lining up for him. Obviously, they have Kevin O'Connell, who's supposed to be this quarterback guy. One of the guys, I mean, he's not a very big name, D'Lo, but I think he's a very good player. Tone Chika Okonkwo, the tight end for the Tennessee Titans, he's such a playmaker. I think if he gets put in the right system, I think he can absolutely be a top 10 tight end, top 7 tight end in this league. This guy is a playmaker. Now, where he could go, I don't know. I do think he's going to get paid. But I mean, we just talked about the Ravens. The Ravens lost Isaiah Likely. That's a place that he could go and fill Isaiah Likely's spot and really potentially become tight end 1 over there in Baltimore. You look at Cincinnati. That's another place. A high-flying air raid offense. They have Mike Gesicki, but I think Chika Okonkwo is better than Mike Gesicki. I mean, there's some other. Christian Kirk is another one of those guys. He's an unrestricted free agent. He had a pretty good year this year in Houston. So could he go somewhere and have an impact somewhere? I mean, Bobby Okereke, there's a bunch of guys. Joe Mixon, he's a free agent this year. Obviously, he didn't play this year because of the injury he suffered, I believe, in training camp. But there's some Elijah Vera Tucker. Could he go somewhere and fill in? at that tackle spot. One of these contenders. So there's a lot of guys that could really go
David
and maybe
Njoku.
David Njoku is another guy. He's another tight
Get
end.
him out of Cleveland.
Yeah, thank
Just
God.
get him out of Cleveland.
Thank God. Get him somewhere where he could go actually make plays. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I hate to say it, but David Njoku, Chigakonkwo, could the 49ers be a place for one of those guys? Again, you don't have George Kittle this year. He tore his Achilles. You're going to need somebody to fill that spot. Could you go out and get a Chigakonkwo, a David Njoku?
He's going to pull a JT. He'll be back in 10 months.
Yeah, it's aggressive, brother. That's what that is. That's aggressive. Stephon Diggs, Deebo Samuel. Like, there's a lot of guys that could go to some of these teams and possibly take them over the top because they have this playoff experience. So, is there a guy or maybe even a team that you think needs to be more aggressive and go out and sign one of these big name free agents that are still available while they're out there? Because again, they believe that they have a chance to go win a Super Bowl, and they believe one of these guys can take them over the top.
Well, I hate to be biased, but I wouldn't mind if we actually decided to spend a couple of those dollars on a guy like Trey. Honestly, we mentioned we were definitely interested in getting Max, and so why not put ourselves in the pot? You know, why not try to reach in that hat and make it happen? And especially with the success that we had this season, you know, I'd hope that players would be more inclined to want to join a team who could likely have similar success this year. But as far as players, I'm interested to see where Stephon Diggs goes. He wasn't. He had a couple years where he was mentioned in those circles, and then he had the injury, and people were questioning whether he could be the same guy. It's almost like he proved everyone wrong, or proved a couple people right, and he performed well this season. You know, I even think to a certain extent he was a type of leader within the organization. You could see him, having those off the field or on the sideline conversations with teammates and people, and getting everyone together. There was all those highlights of him talking before the games and stuff like that. So he's obviously turned over a leaf. If he can quiet some of the noise, I'd be interested to see where he goes and see if he can help one of these big name quarterbacks get over the hump. Because he obviously helped Drake May this season.
Yeah.
And so, I'm interested to see where he goes. I think that he wouldn't even want that much money, you know, because he's not the player that he used to be, but he can still help.
Yeah, I mean, Stephon Diggs, you could if he goes to a team like Washington, gives them a number 2 receiver behind Terry McLaurin. If Keenan Allen, same thing, he can go to a Commanders and really give them that boost offensively. So some of these, Joey Bosa is still available. D'Lo. I mean, there's still some guys that are out there that could really help some of these teams.
And then to San Fran, play with his brother.
Don't do that. Don't.
No, listen, and there's another guy that we didn't mention who is for the first time an unrestricted free agent. Now he's coming off of a very, very gruesome leg injury, but no, Tyreek Hill.
Oh yeah.
I know he's been talking with teams. I know the Chiefs are interested. Obviously, Buffalo is interested, but I also wouldn't mind to see him in somewhere like New England and them take a swing, because they don't have a number 1 guy, which sucks to say considering Drake May played at the level that he played at.
It was noticeable in the playoffs too.
You're not going to go out and get him any help, but I think that he, depending on how he comes back from this, could also make a significant impact depending on where he goes. And if he goes back to the Chiefs and he is, 70 or 80% of the player that he was, they only get that much more scary.
Yeah, they just signed freaking MVP.
Yeah, they did. Indeed, they did. But the thing that scares me, that worries me a little bit about Tyreek Hill, Tone, and D'Lo is this is a guy who relies heavily on his speed. And for the broken leg that he suffered worries me a little bit because I think this might be a little bit of an Odell Beckham situation. I got a year that he doesn't really sign with the team and he kind of just takes the entire year recovering, and then maybe next season he signs with somebody, or maybe late in the season, one of these teams that are making a playoff push, maybe they bring in Tyreek Hill. So
he was so fast though that he could come back 90%, 87% of himself and still be quicker than half the league, man.
Oh, easily. So I hope he gets an opportunity because he's fun to watch, but I don't know, man. Tyreek Hill worries me a little bit, especially the locker room guy that he is, and he scares me a little bit. So those are some of the big name free agents still out there on the market. We'll see where those guys end up going over the next few days, few weeks, few months as we get closer to OTAs and training camp and things like that. Although that's still a ways away. The NFL draft is next month, so we probably should get to that first. But all right, fellas. D-Loads, this is your time. Bam Adebayo scores 83 points in a single game. That is the second most in a single game in
Move
NBA
out the way,
history.
Bean. Move out the way, Bean.
Get him out the way. God rest his soul. Get him out the way. Because here comes Bam Adebayo. 83 points, 20 of 43 shooting, 7 of 22 from the three-point land. 36 of 43. 36 of 43 from the line. 43 free throw attempts.
Oh, quick question before we move on. Is Bean celebrating, bro? Or is Bean rolling over in his grave?
Oh, he rolling over in his grave. He don't roll over. Boy, he seen he got to 70. He said, I'm you know what? I didn't want to see this no more. I don't want to see this no more.
Turn the TV off.
Turn it. Yeah. What Kendrick say? Yeah, turn the TV off. D-Lo, this is your boy. We had this conversation. I think the three of us had this conversation about a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago, on who could be the next person to score 70 points if there could be a game in which somebody scores 70 points. Bam Adebayo said, screw you, Gumball Sports Machine. Screw you, GSM. I'm going to score 83 and become the second highest single game scorer in NBA history. D-Lo, you're a Heat fan. You're a Bam Adebayo guy. How does this make you feel seeing Bam Adebayo score 83 points in a game? Again, a historic game like this.
This game pissed me off.
Oh, okay. Good talk.
Absolutely 100% pissed me off. And I'm going to explain why. So don't worry, but let me first start out by giving him his praise. Okay. Great game. Phenomenal game. A lot of free throws. A lot of free throws.
43 free throws.
43 free throws.
One more than the minutes he played.
Yeah, that's
that is insane.
And it's still about 2 free throws less than what Shea was shooting the other day. Anyway, moving on.
That's a good pull, D-Lo. Hey, listen, you hit 24 and you got on a roll. That's all right.
And listen, it feels weird to say that Bam Adebayo, of all people, is the second highest scoring game in NBA history. Like, that just sounds weird. Because, it was Kobe and Will. Both of those guys to be scorers. And then here comes Bam Adebayo, a guy known for defense, right? And so, I appreciate it. The thing is, it pisses me off because I know that he can do this every game. Well, not 83, but he can be a 25 point per game scorer every night. Every night he can do this. And it's nights like tonight where you see it and he can go out and be aggressive and he can look for his shot and he can get to the line. And then there are nights where he'll score 14. Why? Bam. Why? That's what's so infuriating about this. And I've talked about it for years now. I have constantly said for years that Bam is a top 3 center. And you guys like to argue with me a little bit on who that is. Obviously, Jokic is number 1, but now you have Wemby in there. Wemby has taken that spot at number 2. So
I ain't gonna
come
lie.
on,
I don't know if Jokic is number one anymore.
he is. Stop
You
playing.
crazy, you crazy as hell, boy.
Oh, Wemby too good at defense, but that's a conversation
Oh,
for another day.
yeah. But there was the debate last year, and everyone thought it was Cat. People say when he's healthy, it's Joel Embiid, which I still think he is, but we haven't seen Joel Embiid healthy in 3 years. So I'm getting tired of this when he's healthy conversation.
Agreed.
So when you look at it, I've been arguing this for years. And the thing that was holding a lot of people back was the fact that Bam Adebayo is not offensively there. He was never aggressive enough, even though he has the skill set. He can shoot the midi. He can play the post. He developed this 3 ball now. And so games like tonight really agitates me that he doesn't go out and be aggressive every night. With that said, shout out to us. We are on I think 6-game win streak now. So really needed that. We are now out of the play-in. We are the 6th seed in the East. All around, I'm happy. No Tyler, no Norm, and he decided, hey, let me go out and get 83. Let me go out and break this Kobe record real quick, and let me get out of here.
And damn it, did he do it?
And he did.
Damn right he
Took
did.
him 43 free throws to get there, but we'll leave that alone.
He got what he got there. Tone, obviously, we give you a lot of flack, but you've watched a lot of basketball. You've watched a bunch of basketball in your day. 83 points is the second highest single game scoring performance in NBA history. Obviously, we all know the legendary 81 points. I wouldn't be surprised if LeBron called this 83-point Bam Adebayo performance. But oh, I didn't went over your head. All right. Well, yeah, it wasn't funny. We'll move on. Is this the second best single game individual performance in NBA history? You look at Wilt, he scored 100 points. And then Kobe, you saw his 81-point game. Is Bam Adebayo's 83-point performance better than what Kobe did when he scored 81 points in a single game?
That is you trolling right now. That is literally you. Nah. Hell to the no.
Oh, yeah. See, there you go.
No, I rock with Ben. That's my dog, but ain't no way in the world you're going to get 43 attempts at the free throw line and we're going to call it the second best performance ever. I'm kind of more upset for a different reason because I was watching my boys play against Victor, which was a great game, phenomenal game. Mad JB had to exit early. But I was just watching my boys. So, had my boys not been playing tonight, and I just, I'm typically, whatever game I'm watching, I'm constantly checking ESPN to check the scoreboards. And if I would have seen him have 40, I would have been like, whoa, it's early in the game. We got 40. I would have had to tune in. So I would have been able to watch it because I'm more interested to see who was fouling, bro. Like, who was hacking? There's no way, and don't get it twisted. There are definitely players like SGA, James Harden, Brunson. There are players who get to the line more than others. But there's often a strategy to try to slow them down or whatever. Who was fouling, bro, the way he got to the free throw line to shoot an attempt per minute, essentially?
Yeah, honestly, more than even more.
But I mean, hey, he found a way to keep it going, and shout out to Eric Spoelstra because they were up 20-something, almost 30 points, and Eric kept him in the game so he could break the record. That's something we don't often see. Guys usually check out, and I think it's dope the fact that he let bro go break that record because this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I was definitely joking about, Kobe rolling over. I genuinely think Kobe would have appreciated it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because again, you don't get these opportunities, and Bam doesn't get the recognition that he's just due. Like he held it down in the Olympics. I definitely had some expectations for him coming back, and I thought he was gonna turn that three up a little bit the next season. But hey, Bam's a phenomenal player, man, and I do think he is definitely a top 5, if not a top 3 center in the league. Y'all know I love defense, so I think it's a valuable argument for Low and for his Miami Heat. I think any given day you can lean this way or that way. But yeah, hand clap for Bam, man. I can't wait to see him in that Celtic jersey.
Oh no, I take it back. I don't want to.
Oh, my bad, Lo.
Didn't need to finish with that. This is a joyous night.
You deked me. I was clapping for Bam for his night, and then you said on the Celtics. But no, listen. I was being a little trolly, a little funny, by bringing up, is this the second greatest, single game performance in NBA history? It's top 5. I would say it's top 5, but the way that Kobe scored his points, he shot a higher percentage from the field. He shot a higher percentage from the 3. He shot less free throws and a better percentage from the free throw line. And he did it in so many different ways. The way that Kobe's 81-point game, that until it's unbeatable. And so, again, aside from Wilt, there's really no game that's going to be the same. That's going to be looked at the same way as Kobe Bryant's 81-point game against the Toronto Raptors on January 22nd.
I'll say this. I think the guy that I just mentioned, who I'm starting to put above Jokic, I think it's possible. I think that if Wemby gets to the free throw line enough, the way he can shoot the 3, and he's going to have some of those games where he scores the ball quickly, easily in the first half. He can have 50 points at half.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's possible. I think Wemby might, the way
he was great tonight too. He had 39 tonight.
Yeah, he was fantastic. He was really, really good tonight. But nobody's gonna. I mean, again, unless Wemby does something like that, nobody's gonna surpass Kobe's 81-point game on that January 22nd night in 2006 on the year. But
now let's talk about this because we were saying this about 81. Will anybody break Bam Adebayo's 83-point game?
And I'm glad you brought that up, D-Lo. I'm glad you brought that up because now, again, Bam Adebayo scoring 83 points in a game is ridiculously impressive. Ridiculously impressive. You have to be a certain level of basketball player to score 83 points in a game. And so I'm not taking anything away from what Bam Adebayo did this evening. He was fantastic.
Don't you say it. Don't you
He was
say
amazing.
He was
amazing.
I dare you.
And I rock with Bam. I rock with him. He's fun to watch.
You're lucky this pod isn't in person. I would deck you right now.
My biggest takeaway from this game, that if Bam Adebayo can score 83 points in a game, somebody can reach the 100-point mark. I don't know who it'll be. Bam Adebayo was not a top 10 scorer in the NBA, a top 15 scorer in the NBA. But if Bam Adebayo can score 83 points, the second most in a single game in NBA history, and you're telling me that guys like Anthony Edwards and Victor Wembanyama and Jayson Tatum and Nikola Jokic, these guys can't get to 85, 90?
Is you definitely have to shoot, I'd say, at least 25 to 30 free throws. Like, that's when you think about what David Robinson, when Shaquille O'Neal, like when those dudes, Kobe was one of the only people that could do it. And I shout out to
he still shot 20
in the chat. And that's what I'm saying. They still shot enough. there's two situations that will affect this. It's how much you're up and how much the coach wants to see you accomplish this feat. Because again, I think part of it was that Bam is not known for scoring, and Eric Spoelstra was like, I'm about to let him eat.
Yeah.
So if it's, you think about a player like I suggested, Wemby, he's on minutes restriction. So if they're up 20, 30 points, they're probably going to pull him. They don't want him to get hurt. You know what I'm saying? If Ant is up 20, 30 points, I just can't. His coach told him to pass the ball when he was getting double teamed.
Yeah, he did.
And so I think there's so many factors within this situation that I don't like. Bam is a tough guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not to say like he's going to beat somebody up, but he's built differently to be able to withstand someone fouling him enough times to him to get to the free throw 43 times. That obviously played a key role into him scoring 83 points.
Yeah.
And so he was playing in the paint. He was up. He had to be pump faking. You know what I'm saying? And so I can see Wemby doing that because on the 10th or 15th time someone fouls him, coach can be like, all right, we have 30. Get brought the game.
Yeah.
And so 83, you got to be a unique jump shooter. It's got to be like a Devin Booker. It got to be a Tatum. But again, I feel like the game's got to be more that Kobe Bryant versus the Raptors score to where Kobe had to do that.
Yeah, it was a close game, so he had to actually put the ball in the bucket.
Had to.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, if somebody is aggressive enough, if somebody puts up 48 shots, if somebody gets to the line 40 times, if somebody puts up 22 threes, and Bam Adebayo's it's not like he's not Steph Curry. Like, and he made 7 of them, and he still figured out a way to get to 83 points. If one of these guys, you mentioned Devin Booker, Jayson Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, Luka Doncic.
Donovan Mitchell scored 73 before, right?
Yeah. Damian Lillard, when he's healthy. Like, I don't think there's any way that somebody can ask you, again, if you go for it, if you just set your mind, you know what? I got, what D'Lo, he had what, 31 in the first quarter?
He had 31 in the first quarter.
If you telling me if Anthony Edwards doesn't have 31 points, or if SGA, shout out to Kev, if SGA had 31 points in the first quarter, you don't think he'd look at that box score and say, you know what? I'm going for 85 today.
Nope. He wouldn't.
Really?
Yes, really. Because the thing is if SGA has 31 in the first quarter, they're up 70 in the first quarter.
They're up 15, 20 points, and
they're not playing. He's not playing.
I don't know, man.
Anthony
Edwards.
Anthony Edwards had 30-point games last season and missed more fourth quarters than any other player.
It would quite literally have to be a duel like that where it's I don't know. Let's use that example, SGA and Ant, where pick whichever one that you want to have this 90, 100-point game. The other one is going to have at least 70. That's the only way that this can happen because that game would be close.
Yeah.
And then they'd have to keep playing.
We need one of those games.
We do need one of those games. That would be so.
That'd be fun.
2 people on opposing teams have 60 plus. Yeah. I remember in the playoffs, it was Vince Carter and AI going at each other, and it was like one had 40, then the other one had 40, then the other one had 40, then the other one had 40. It was a dope series. But we need a game where, that'd be fly.
Yeah, like one guy on each team has like 60 each. Yeah.
I mean, even last night, what SGA against Jokic, those was numbers, boy. Those was numbers.
Listen, we'll get into that in a few minutes, but that could even be like a conference championship matchup. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
hold on, y'all see that? What just happened?
Hey, hold on. That's my brother Rick, bro. Rick, Tone. What? That's my brother Rick. Don't make me get Schiff on you. I'll get the Milwaukee to come out. Don't make me get Schiff Rick on you.
Crazy, no.
Love you, Rick. Love you, Rick. Give my nephew a hug, bro. Give my nephew a hug for me. Congrats to my brother. He just had his
Devious
baby.
work, or like, are we gonna talk about that?
Tell him
or-
to text you next time. Don't
Yeah.
Why?
leave the
No,
chat
see, there you
alone.
See, there you go. No, but okay, but back to the Bam Adebayo. That's my biggest takeaway. If Bam could get 83, there's somebody in the NBA. There's somebody in the NBA that can get 100. There's somebody. Whether
Yeah,
it's
Bam
Anthony Edwards or
Adebayo.
Luka.
Bam Adebayo could get 100 points.
So, all right. Well, he said so. Rick said Bam scoring 80 is nuts, and then he said the world is ending, and then Kevin said we listen and we don't judge. And well, first of all, I don't think I like your attitude, Kevin.
Listen,
I mean,
all I'm gonna say is, what does he need to hit? The remaining 7 of his free throws and 3 or 4 more buckets, and he would have had 100.
Yeah. I think if
Bam
Bam
Adebayo could do it.
no, he
You know
cannot.
what I mean?
This
Yeah,
is
he can.
he will not score ever again 70 points.
You're such a hater.
I'm just being
That's like-
honest. I'm
Devin
just
Booker
being
will
honest.
never
You know,
score
it'd be
70
wicked
again.
if he did it next game. If he scores
Huh?
70 next game.
Oh,
If he scores 70 next game, I'll run downtown Phoenix butt naked.
Let's not take that bet. Let's leave that bet where it's at.
if he scores 70
Yep.
points next game, Jamal will eat another 1-chip challenge.
No, I'd rather run downtown butt naked. I'm never eating that chip again. Never eating that chip again. In fact, I hope the person that made that chip breaks their pinky toe on the couch going to the bathroom in the middle
You're
of the night.
such a hater. You're such a hater.
Rick said Bam passing scoring 83 makes me never want to watch basketball again. He said I miss again. This is coming from the best defender I've ever seen, and with my own eyes that I played with. So it's a good point though. It's a good point. So that's Bam. Okay, Bam Adebayo scored 83 points again, the second most in NBA history in a single game. So shout out D-Lo.
Hey, yo.
Round of
He's
applause for
going
your boy.
to get so much hate in the morning because I'm sure everyone doesn't know this yet. Like the hardcore basketball fans know. But tomorrow morning, the Kobe stands, boy, Bam's going to catch so many strays tomorrow.
He's gonna.
Yeah.
He got to try to turn his
It's gonna be
phone off.
bad. It's gonna be bad, dude. But
Oh
hey,
man.
I'll enjoy it while it lasts. A guy from the Miami Heat has the second highest scoring game ever,
And his name is not Dwayne Wade.
and his name is not Dwayne Wade or
Jimmy
LeBron
Butler,
James.
LeBron James.
Yep.
See now
Hero.
here's
And the thing is,
here's a
he
statement
broke LeBron's Heat record in 3 quarters.
Yeah, that was insane. What was it, 61 LeBron had? Yeah, that's insane. Speaking of LeBron, listen, this is coming from the biggest LeBron stan that I know.
Hey, did you see his other? Look at the other 2
Oh,
right after. Yeah.
Bam will be receiving a drug test, a P
I
test.
already took
Bam.
that. He took that right after the game. I
Bam
promise.
is
They met him in the locker room. Said, hey,
Oh, yeah.
Bam,
In the
can I-
hallway. In the hallway. As soon as the hallway got dark enough that you couldn't see on television.
See that why you
They-
mentioned dark? Why you mentioned dark? Don't bring race into this, Tone. Why you mention dark? I don't see color.
we get a week and a half
It's
out of
March,
February, and here we go, dog.
It's March now.
Yeah, Adam Silver was on the court after the game dapping up. He dressed up as an NBA player and dapped him up just so he can give him the piss test code. Okay, sorry. Before we get out of here, we got to talk about, unfortunately, as much as I hate this, Tone, your boy's back. Jayson Tatum is back. Oh, he found it. He found the jersey. I'm so glad he didn't have that jersey when we went to the game. I'm so glad he did. I'm so glad he couldn't find it.
JT Mugger.
He's back. Jayson Tatum has returned from his Achilles injury after 10 months. And he looks good. He looks good, D-Lo and Tone. He looks good. Now, I think the Celtics lost for the first time tonight. They lost to San Antonio because Wemby just went absolutely berserk.
No. We lost
No.
because JB got thrown out of the game.
Thank you, Tone.
Disrespectful. I don't know who that ref is, but he needs to be fined for $1 million. I'm sorry, but you ruined a great basketball game, potential finals. You know, if it's not OKC and the Spurs, or OKC or the Spurs or Boston, maybe Cleveland or Detroit, it could be one of those type of matchups, but it could possibly be Boston and San Antonio. And you ruined that tonight. JB was the best player on the floor at the time, 8.7 assists. He was locking up everybody. He was dishing the ball. He was controlling the game. And then they threw him out. Like, that was just bad for basketball last night, especially because he's one of the guys who's in the MVP runnings along with Wemby, and you just throw him out of the game.
That was bad timing. That was really bad timing to throw somebody like that out of the game. That was bad. That was bad. I'll give you that. But they did end up losing today for the first time since Jayson Tatum has returned. And they've looked pretty good. They beat the Cavs the other day with James Harden in the lineup. Tone, again, let me ask you, since they were the second best team in the East without Jayson Tatum, now that they have Jayson Tatum back, you know, obviously they're chasing Detroit for that number 1 seed. And you know, you have the Thunder on the other side of the NBA. You have the Spurs, who they lost to tonight, on the other side of the NBA. And again, JB got thrown out, so there's a little asterisk aside from that loss for the Celtics and the win for the Spurs. Are the Celtics the best team in the NBA again, Tone? With getting their best player back, in a lot of people's eyes, in my eyes at least, getting their best player back, and them now legitimately making a run at another title with this group. Have they become, once again, the best team in the NBA?
Very close. I won't hop, skip, and jump to it. I'd say very close to being it. I'll still give OKC the notch, the upper hand. The Spurs are right there, though. I'm not going to lie. The Spurs are right there. They actually have beaten OKC, I believe, 3 out of 4 games this season. And the Spurs are they're on what? They've won the past 16 out of 17 games. Like, the Spurs are rolling, man. I for some reason, I don't give Detroit the credit they deserve. They are deserving of the credit. I love Cade's game. I love Jalen Duran. But I still question what they're going to accomplish in the playoffs. New York hasn't played as well as I thought they were going to end up being either. Boston Celtics have played phenomenal basketball with Jayson Tatum. I love what Derek White brings to the table. I like what the others, Hugo, Garza, Cada, Harper Jr. I just love the pieces we've picked up, and I think JT is going to add to that. He's a phenomenal playmaker. I feel like he's going to help create more space for JB to get to his spots. You can't leave JT open. But I will say this: as much as I've loved to watch him play these past 3 games, to me it is noticeable that he doesn't have the strength that he has once had in his legs. He's not getting the lift on certain layups. Now he's still able to finish. He's still able to beat JT to a certain extent. I just think in the playoffs he's got to be a little bit better if we want to make it to the finals. With that being said, I still think we're the best team in the East. We added a first-team All-NBA player. He's got the IQ. He's got, I'll mention it again, he's got the playmaking ability. He's a point forward. And I will say that he's playing good defense. He can get the rebounds. So to me, it's just him being a little more consistent on the offensive end. And I can't see a team in the East beating us. But I still think OKC, and I might put the Spurs ahead of us as well. Man, the Spurs are tough. I watched tonight. Stephon Castle was knocking down threes. He had a couple corner threes. I'm like, man, I don't know. And to me, Dylan Harper didn't even play as well as he's capable of playing. Spurs are tough, man. And what's the young boy's name? Cody Bryant? Is it Cody? Or is it
Carter Bryant.
Carter
Bryant. I like his game, man.
Yeah.
The Spurs, they're doing work, man. The West is going to be tough for some years to come, boy. And I personally think that Wemby is starting to become the best player in the NBA. I know people still say Jokic. I know we say SGA. I think if Wemby improves at his perimeter defense, he's the best player in the NBA, man. You can't. It's hard for him for you player. You have to be high IQ player to score on the guy in the paint. You have to be high IQ. His help defense is phenomenal. The boy's making step back threes over anyone and everyone. He's starting to average. It looks like he's going to average 30 points next season. And I don't know if he's averaging 30 plus, over 11 rebounds, he can get you 6 or 7 assists and 4 or 5 blocks. How is he not better than Jokic? I love what Jokic brings to the table, but Jokic don't bring that caliber defense.
D'Lo, with the Celtics playing it the way they are, that Jaylen Brown playing the best year by far of his career and him being in the MVP race and being one of the best players in the NBA. And then you get Jayson Tatum back, another guy who's top 5 player in the NBA when he's healthy. Is there a more dangerous team in the NBA right now than Tone's Boston Celtics?
Miami when Bam is scoring 83.
Agreed.
No, I really don't think so. And listen, I love what Detroit has done this year, and especially Cade, but I just don't know if they have enough to get over the hump yet. Now, I love the duo of Cade and Jalen Duren. Love the duo. But I think that they're one piece away. I think they need another scoring option on that team. And in particular, a guy that can play off the ball. And when you look at it, New York has they've disappointed me this year too. Because I honestly think that they should be ahead of Boston at this point, and they're just not. And, that's kind of frustrating. And especially if I was a Knicks fan, I would be kind of frustrated that a Boston team without JT was better.
You know, as a Knicks fan?
Yeah, shout out to his brother.
Yeah. That's he can't decide on whether he's a Nets or a Knicks fan. Whoever's good at the time, he roots for. So,
and it just happens to be the Knicks right now.
Yeah.
And
so it's just reverse on you, OG. My bad.
I've seen it.
It's just tough. But yeah, I mean, especially with how he's looked so far, and I thought he was going to be a lot more timid than what he is. I thought he was going to favor the other leg a lot, which you can see at times. He definitely does, especially coming down. He likes to favor that other leg, but he's done moves that he did similar to when he tore it, and it looks like he's just trying to get that confidence back. And he played a good game tonight. Didn't shoot that well from the 3, but outside of that, I mean, he played a good game. And assuming that JB is in this game, I think they would have competed a lot more than they did. So yeah, I mean, it's hard to not be scared of this Boston.
I'm going to enter this with a big capital IF. If. And I'm going to throw a couple ifs in here, Tone and D'Lo. The first one, if Jayson Tatum becomes 100% healthy and 100% mentally confident that this Achilles is good, it's as strong as ever. If those two things happen, there is not a more dangerous team in the NBA than the Boston Celtics, because of the two guys they have running the show on the basketball court, and in my opinion, they have the best coach in basketball right now. For those 3 reasons,
Spoelstra.
Oh, that's nasty. That's nasty, D'Lo. That's nasty. Because listen, I'm not a Celtics fan, but damn it, if Joe Mazzulla ain't the best coach in the NBA, I don't know who is, because that man can coach basketball. And Jaylen Brown, and he has Jaylen Brown playing at an MVP level. And then you get your best player, again, in my opinion, some people may disagree with me, but you get your best player back in Jayson Tatum. And you get Derek White playing the way he's playing. He had 32 tonight. He was balling. And then you have other guys stepping up off the bench. You have Shyman coming in and shooting threes, lighting it up. Sam Hauser coming in the game, lighting it up. You trade for Vucevic. Now he's hurt. Who knows how long he's going to be out for. But you have Caden playing some elite rim-protecting defense. You have guys, Peyton Pritchard, the 6th man of the year. You have him coming out off the bench and him scoring at an elite level. There's no more dangerous team in the NBA than the Boston Celtics. Here's the other if. Jayson Tatum has to become mentally healthy. And if he does not become 100% mentally healthy and physically healthy, the most dangerous team in the NBA, in my opinion, and I might sound crazy, but when this team is healthy, the Denver Nuggets. They have Nikola Jokic. Obviously, again, in a lot of people's eyes, in my eyes, the best player in the world. You have Jamal Murray, a first-time All-Star this year, who's playing the best basketball of his entire career. And then you have the pieces around them that are playing well. You have the Peyton Watsons. You have the Julian Strouthers. You have the Cam Johnsons, who needs to stay healthy. You have the Aaron Gordons, who also needs to stay healthy. You have the Bruce Browns. You have every piece that you need. You have every piece that you need to build around those two guys, and Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic. The last time we saw that, Tone and D'Lo, what did they do? They went to the championship, and they won the championship. That's what you can do with a guy like Nikola Jokic, as talented as he is and as great as he is. So if Jayson Tatum is fully 100% healthy, both mentally and physically, there is not a single dangerous team more dangerous in the NBA than the Boston Celtics. But if Jayson Tatum is not fully there at any point in time, that not only are they not the most dangerous team in the NBA, but I don't like their chances of getting back to the NBA Finals and winning the NBA Finals. So I think this season, this stretch of the season, this home stretch is solely based on Jayson Tatum and his health. Because if he's not 100% there, like I said, both mentally and physically, this team will go nowhere. As good as scratch that, as amazing as Jaylen Brown has been this year, he cannot do it on his own, and he needs a co-star. And that guy needs to be Jayson.
What do you mean by nowhere, though?
Their end goal. They won't get to the championship.
Okay, I'm like, nowhere. I can't see it not getting to the conference finals.
If Jayson Tatum is not 100% there,
JT, right now, I can't see us not getting right now, today. If the playoffs started tomorrow, I can't see us not getting to the conference finals. Only team that I would even argue is better than us in the East is Detroit. I wouldn't even mention another team.
I don't even think Detroit.
Bam Adebayo when he scores 83 points.
Well, you got me there, brother. I can't say nothing there.
Maybe that. But besides that, and again, like I thought New York was going to be a little bit better than what they are right now, and sometimes at times they look discombobulated. Like one night Jalen Brunson's got it going, the other night Cat's got it going. It's like they can't get it going together. And then the others, I don't know what's going on.
That's the thing. Again, I think the most dangerous team in the Western Conference is the Denver Nuggets. I like the Spurs. I don't necessarily like the lack of experience that they have. The Thunder obviously are the reigning champions. I think Jokic is better this year. I think
mind you, I just want to say that they just beat that Nuggets team, and J-Dub is not playing.
Mm-hmm.
True.
AJ Mitchell is not playing.
I was gonna say Chet didn't play.
Chet is not playing. Like they're dangerous.
Their B, C, and D players didn't score, and they beat the Nuggets. I like the Nuggets. I like the Nuggets to the table. Yep. I'm not, I don't want to just disagree with your statement, but yeah, OKC and the Spurs are tough, boy.
No, yeah. I
understand what you're saying. Like, besides those guys, you're saying the most dangerous, like a sleeper team, a team that can catch somebody off guard. I get it. Okay, the Denver Nuggets are definitely they got that guy. They got that guy, and if Jamal Murray can play a little more consistent in a complete playoff series, who knows?
Because
man?
we all know Jamal Murray doesn't become his best until the playoffs. And if he can get better than what he's been able to perform at this season in the playoffs, that's a scary sight for the rest of the West. That's a scary sight.
I keep mentioning the Spurs. De'Aaron Fox is one of the most clutch guards in the league.
He is. He's going to be big in the playoffs because he's one of the few guys, him and maybe Harrison Barnes, that actually has that playoff experience. So it'll be fun to see. Okay, real quick. Boys, we got about 5 minutes. Little fun, stupid topic. Travis Kelce is coming back this year. Travis Kelce will be coming back. He will not be retiring. He will be playing at least one more season with his beloved Kansas City Chiefs. So here's the real question. He doesn't want to be at home. So does he really love Taylor Swift? I think these are the questions that nobody else is asking, fellas. Okay.
I am 99.9% sure no one else is asking this question. I'm just going to agree with you.
Yeah, well, again, these are the questions that everybody wants to know. You know what I mean?
Again, I'm 99.9% on the opposite end of that, but I'm here to conversate about it. I truly believe that she told him, I'm about to go finish getting my bag before we have a JR, so you should go handle your business because you might not have this opportunity ever again in your life, and I don't want you to regret it. And so if I'm anybody, if I'm at all a Chiefs fan or a Patty Mahomes fan, I would likely shout out Taylor Swift because
no,
she's probably the person that made this happen.
Yeah.
She probably said, I'm going to go get my bag, so you should go and try to fulfill your dreams one more time so then you can get me pregnant.
Well, that escalated quickly, didn't it?
That's probably what she said.
Oh, all right. Well, if
no, she's what, 30-some years old? She probably want to have some seeds.
Spying is illegal, so you cannot bug people's houses anymore.
No, she called me because I used to rock with Kanye, but since Kanye made a couple bad moves.
Nah, you know what? I don't know if we can have you on here no more. You was with who?
Yeezy. That used to be my dog when he was making up certain songs, but then he ain't come out with no hotness in a minute. He making too much Travis Scott music. I don't be listening to that. You
was hanging out with him when he was hanging out with his cousin?
I didn't say I was hanging out with him. See, now you're on a different page of the book. I'm not even write that.
My bad, big dog. Yeah. Okay, if that's what Taylor Swift is telling him, she needs to shut that mouth of hers and keep it to singing. Until you tell that man to go home, he can't play no more. He can't play no more.
One pass, he can't play no more.
Nah. Go get David Njoku. Go get Chika Conko. Go get one of these guys that is good. Go get my dog Patty Mahomes a legit weapon. Somebody who runs faster than I do. You know what I mean? Travis Kelce, come on, dog. What are we doing?
Is he still the best tight end of all time?
Yeah, I'd say so.
All right, I'm gonna catch you on the next show.
There you go. I'd say honestly.
No, you are the hater of all haters, but yet you're the median man here. Is he the best tight end of all time? And do not say what I think you're gonna say. You can't say your guy without saying your guy.
Bam Adebayo is not a tight end.
No. I'm talking about his other
guy.
I
mean, shout out to Bam Adebayo for scoring 83 points tonight. No, I don't think that he is the best tight end ever.
So who is it? I don't even matter of fact. I won't make you answer that question. I just wanted to know that. You don't got to say it. Unless you want to say it.
Hold on. Okay, D'Lo, who's the greatest tight end of all time?
I think when you're
okay, my bad. Okay, my bad.
Bro's really trying to get me to drop another F-bomb on the show. He's really trying. He might have succeeded. I'm having a great night. Bam scored 83, and he's
okay. My bad. My bad. Oh, okay. My fault. Come on. I didn't want you to say anybody else, but my bad. Okay,
no, that's cool. I won't.
So Travis Kelce is the greatest tight end of all time.
And then, man, shout out to Bam Adebayo. for scoring 83 points.
You know what? I hope he
Bro,
scores
turn
2.
your TV off low. You gonna let him do that? That's crazy.
David Largo, I love you.
I'm glad you do.
Oh, okay.
Glad you do.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna go cry.
I'm about to throw the F word. I'm about to throw the B word. I'm about to throw it all.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, you should be. And you should be ashamed. Is what you should be. You should be ashamed. Get us out of here, Maul.
All right.
Funny, bro. You got you.
Huh? Okay,
No,
okay,
I'm
real
glad
quick.
it was funny for the
Okay.
viewers.
Listen,
I'm glad
listen.
it was funny for them.
Okay, my hands are up. Hands are up. Who's the
It was
greatest
not
side of all
funny
time?
for me.
Who's
No, I don't. I'm not answering your question anymore.
Why?
He got his toes on the keyboard.
See, there you go. See, ain't they long enough? Shoot. Also, by the way, Italy just beat USA in the World Baseball Classic, which I don't know.
Shohei Ohtani.
No, shout out to Team DR. That's who I'm rooting for. Dominican Republic. That's what I'm rooting for.
They got
That's
some
cool,
New Jerseys.
¿Qué pasa? No, I'm sorry. That was not good. That wasn't good. That was my bad. I'm sorry.
Hey, you learn a little Spanish?
A little bit,
What you learning for?
Shh, you can't. Come on, you know I can't put no secrets out there, boy. Little bit low. Little bit. Shh. Gotta keep.
You know what? Let's cut to a clip.
Let's cut to a clip. I do favorite though.
You learn how to salsa? You learn how to do that?
Bro. Victor Cruz, man. I've been watching Victor Cruz highlights.
Hey, good for you, man. Good for you.
All right. Thank you all for watching. This was a fantastic episode. Reacting to Bam Adebayo scoring 83 points. All of NFL free agency. Who went where? Who needs to go where? What teams to be more aggressive? Max Crosby. Something wrong with him. So I guess we'll leave that alone. Thank you all for watching. As I always say, if nobody else is going to tell you, I'll tell you. I love you. You matter, and you have a purpose. Strive for happiness and be grateful for what you do have instead of upset for what you do not.
Yo, like, comment, and subscribe.
Thank
and
you,
then
Tom.
tell your mothers, aunties, cousins, sisters, twin to do it too.
Couldn't have said it better. OG. See,
Couldn't have said it better.
I knew he was great. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and we missed you last week because I had to do it last week and it just wasn't the same.
No, I put D'Lo through a lot, Tom. That was
it was a lot. It's a lot of pressure.
I'm sorry.
You know, I'm glad to have you back, OG. You know?
Yes.
We could blame your nephew and your niece for that.
Oh yeah. Hey, you know what? Hey, the babies, it's okay. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna tell her next time I see her. Just hey, you know what? You got to use the bathroom. Hold on. And then I'm gonna go hold her over. Just all right. No, I'm sorry. Never mind. Let's move on. That's
that's devious work.
Nobody,
you're a bad friend.
That could not have been said any better there by my OG. If you don't mind hitting that like button, tapping that subscribe button, and following us on all of our social medias, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and of course YouTube. Please follow on all platforms. We post almost every day, for the most part, every day. You know, I'm trying to be, you know, I'm a little busy, so I'd be trying to post every day, but 5 times out of the week at least. But for my boy, my dog, the man we call Flip Say Less, aka Low. For my uncle, my dog, my OG, and the man we call the Generalizer Triple OG Tone. And for yours truly, Jamal Gumo, aka Gumball, aka Mr. You Know Gumo. It is nice to be important, but it is much, much more important to be nice. We will be back Friday night to react to Devin Booker scoring 95 points in a basketball game.
Shout out to the homies.
Bam Adebayo scored 83 points today.
Yep, and you all ruined it. All of you. Not the viewers. The viewers are great. You too. You have a good night. I love you all.
Peace.